Hi, Jack. Lance Lysowski from the Buffalo News. Congratulations. Big night, I'm sure. So, based on the humble beginnings of your career, the way it's gone these last 5 years or so, I mean, what was the reaction? What are the emotions you're experiencing tonight? And were you surprised at all that Buffalo was the team that ended up picking you just based on maybe the frequency and just the quality of the conversations you had with them? Or was this a team that you expected that could be, one of your landing spots, potential landing spots?
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, it was a very exciting night for me and my family. I think it was a long wait and a lot of years of hard work went into it, not just for me but my family as well. And for your last question, I think I knew that my meetings went well with Buffalo, and we had some great talks. But at the same time, I had no expectations, or I had no idea where I was going to go. So I knew that it was a good spot and talks went well, but I was not expecting to go. I don't think, no.
Hi, Jack. Congratulations. This is Bill Happy from the Times-Herald. Could you tell us a little bit more about your journey? I guess a few years ago you were cut from a couple teams. You used to play a couple other sports. What's happened in the last couple of years to make your career take off so quickly, I guess?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. I mean, growing up in minor hockey, I played all kinds of sports and was a multi-sport athlete kind of, and I didn't really train for hockey or anything. I just played it. As a result of that, maybe I got cut from the AAA teams. I played AA throughout my minor hockey, and my minor midget year was my first year at AAA, and I worked on my skating a lot that year, and I think that was a big reason my game improved, and I was lucky enough to get drafted to the OHL. And from there, I think, the 3 years from there, my game continuously got better. Started with a year in Junior A, and then 2 years under Andre and his staff in Ottawa. And I think my game kind of continuously got better, and it was a progression to get where I am today, I guess.
Jack, Paul Hamilton from WGRZ. Congratulations on your selection.
Thank you.
You scored 12 goals one year, and the next year you score 52 in basically the same amount of games. There's one game difference. What was the biggest difference for you that turned you into the goal scorer you were this past year, maybe compared to the year before? What did you learn about yourself that made you such a better player?
Yeah, it's hard to say just one thing. I think there was a lot of factors that went into it. A great off season, training wise, and a great skill coach. And I think those things translated through the year. And one big thing Andre was hard on me about, my coach, was getting to the inside of the ice and using my competitiveness, kind of a different mindset to, to get to the middle of the ice and to score goals that way and not sit back and just try to make plays. So I think my mindset switched a lot from one year to the next, and that was a big difference.
Hi, Jack. Greg Vorst from Spectrum News here in Buffalo. Congratulations, as we all will say as we get going here. For you, you're a puck driver, if you will, forward winger. If you would, what do you think you bring to this club, and where do you see yourself fitting in on a team that's clearly rebuilding right now?
Yeah, I think my main asset is I'm an offensive player. I'm a goal scorer. I like to shoot the puck, but I also like to kind of, drive the bus offensively and make plays and kind of make it hard on other teams defensively. But so I think, first and foremost is I'm an offensive player, but I think my defensive game's, pretty well rounded too, and I can be relied on in all situations. And I think kind of my competitiveness as a player helps me, kill penalties and that kind of thing, and kind of, I guess, be a rounded player, not just an offensive player.
Hi, Jack. Mike Harrington of the Buffalo News here. Congratulations. I'm
Thank you.
interested in learning a little bit about the mental gymnastics of all of this for you guys. I mean, your seasons prematurely end. You have no idea really what's going to happen going forward. You didn't get to go through the combine. You didn't get to go through the draft. You had to interview on video calls. I'm sure the teams took that into account, how you reacted to all this. What has this whole situation been like for somebody who ends up in the top 10 of the first round?
Yeah, it's been a lot, I think, would be the right word to describe it. Obviously, it's different than other years, but I wasn't a part of the other years, so I, don't have that to compare it to. But I think it was just kind of being patient for me was the main challenge. There's obviously a long wait for this day to come, and a lot of interviews, a lot of off-season training for the last 6 months, not knowing what team I was going to end up at. So there was a lot of unknowns. So I think just staying patient for me was the most important thing mentally.
Hey, Jack, Matt Bove here with the ABC station in Buffalo. Like everybody else has said, congratulations. As we go through this process and we start to research all the different prospects, the term NHL ready gets thrown around a lot. And I know this isn't necessarily something you can control, but where do you see your game? How far out do you think that is? And if that is still a little bit away, what areas do you think you need to work on?
Yeah, I think I can obviously make a lot of improvements in my game, but at the same time, I think I want to prove that I'm ready to play in the NHL next year. And if the team decides that I need one more year in junior, I'll use that to work on my game. And I think the year after that, I'll definitely be ready to play. I think you're on mute, Brian.
Yeah, Duffer, you're good. Just need to unmute.
I'm good.
Go for it.
Jack Brian Duff from Sabres TV and Sabres.com. The question would be, did you make Marco Rossi this year, or did he make you?
I think we both made each other better throughout the year. And I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Marco's a super good player. And, I don't think would be the same player if I didn't get to play the last 2 years with him. He pushed me every day and I learned a lot from him. So I'm very grateful I got to be his teammate the last 2 years.
Hi, Jack. Lance Lysowski from the Buffalo News again. Can you maybe provide us with some insight into these past several months since the season ended? What have you done to make yourself a better player and better prepare yourself for whenever the season starts, wherever you may be playing, in 2020, 2021?
Yeah, great question. It's been a long off season. Like I said, I think, 6 months now at least. And I've, focused a lot of that on the gym, especially early on. My two main things I wanted to work on were my speed and kind of my skating, being more explosive and just being a better skater. I think I can always be a better skater, and that will help me be a better goal scorer and stuff if I can, be a little quicker and everything. And just being a little more solid too, like stable on my feet kind of thing. When a big guy tries to knock me off the puck or something, if I can kind of hold him off and make a play. So those are the two big things I kind of had in my mind. So the 6 months in the gym definitely helped that. And just being on the ice, I just try to work on everything, every one of my skills, try to improve it.
Hi, Jack. John Vogel with The Athletic. Congratulations. One of the first things they mentioned right after you got drafted was the word late birthday. What does that mean to you, and what were the benefits and drawbacks of being a late birthday?
Yeah, well, obviously it gave me another year to kind of improve as a player before I got drafted. So I've been hearing that word kind of a lot in the last few years from, for me personally, the first year, my 16-year-old year, I got sent back to junior A, and that was the big thing. You have a late birthday. We're going to give you, it's kind of like a free year. You get to play junior A and, develop there. And so I've been hearing that word a lot too, but it's not something I focus on. I just think, I've gotten better each and every year as a player, and I want to continue to do that year after year down the road in my career. And I think that's my goal as a player.
Hey, Jack. Brayton Wilson for WGR Sports Radio 550 here in Buffalo. Congratulations and welcome to the Sabres. Just want to ask you, for anyone that hasn't ever seen you play in the OHL or play hockey, how would you describe yourself in your own words as the type of player that you are?
I think I'm an offensive player, shoot first guy. I like to score goals, but I think I'm also just an offensive driver. I like to hold on to the puck and make plays with the puck, make my line mates better. But I can also, be good defensively and kill penalties. And I think I, like to compete all over the ice.
Jean-Francois, you're up. I just need you to unmute.
Yes, Jack, playing with Marco Rossi, of course, we're in Ottawa here. We watched you grow up the last 2 years. Knowing that this year he was a first round prospect right off the bat, and you kind of climbed your way all year long and just finishing just ahead of him this time in the draft. How do you feel about that? That's a pretty quick rise.
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier on the call, being able to play with Marco all year was great for me. He kind of, set the mark, I guess, of, where a first rounder was, and he pushed me every day. And I think I learned a lot from him, and I kind of, knew I had to, keep getting better to get to his level. And we're obviously drafted very similar, and there's a long way ahead of us. And I think we're both going to keep improving and become, great players down the road the next couple of years.
Hey, Jack, Matt Beauvais again. I'm just curious. I know you're still processing everything. You've only been a Sabre for like an hour and a half now. But once you hear that you're selected by the Buffalo Sabres, what are the first things you think? Like when you hear Buffalo Sabres, what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I mean, tonight I was just super excited and kind of relieved, and there's a lot of emotions. But when I think of Buffalo, I think like of a great sports town and a great hockey town. So I think I was very excited just because of that. First of all, and also I think it was just a great spot. I think right away I thought, like, I'm very excited to be able to try to make this team and be a part of it, I guess.
Hey, Jack, Greg Borst again from Spectrum News. Kind of going off of what Matt just asked you, when you talk about Buffalo and you talk about hockey, you can't not talk about Jack Eichel. What do you think it's going to be like getting to get on the ice with someone like him?
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. He's one of my favorite players. I love the way he does things on the ice. I watch a lot of YouTube about him and stuff just to kind of try to pick up some things. So I love him as a player, and it's obviously really exciting to hopefully be future teammates with him down the road, and I guess short term get on the ice with him. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for your questions. Thank you, Jack, for your time. We'll be in touch with a time for Kevin later this evening. So we'll talk to you all then.